I started running training courses in film and television production way back in the 1970s. I was working for the BBC, and when I was away filming, found I loved the job of continuity. I wanted to learn more about it and look for a book. I couldn't find one, so I ended up writing a book on the subject, which is still being published and is now in its 4th edition. BBC Staff Training asked me to make a film about the subject. And when I left the BBC, I was asked to run training courses by all the television companies and also by film schools and colleges. I went on to run residential training courses of my own and have since trained over 1,000 people, both from this country and overseas. I thought you might like to see a short extract for the film I made for BBC Staff Training all those years ago.
What do you immediately think of when considering continuity in film? Is it height of candles, cigarette lengths, disappearing tricks with drinks or hats? Or is it something as basic and obvious as this? So far, so good. Watch this. Action.
Sorry, love, I couldn't get coffee. Will Coke do?
That's fine.
Chocolate or cake?
You know you got the chocolate for yourself.
Am I so transparent?
Yes, at times.
Now, the coverage of this scene has been planned with a wide-angle master, which we've just seen, a 2-shot favouring the girl, and a 2-shot favouring the man. First, the 2-shot favouring the man. Action.
Sorry, love, I couldn't get coffee. Will Coke do?
That's fine.
Chocolate or cake?
You know you got the chocolate for yourself.
Am I so transparent?
Yes, at times.
Now the 2-shot favouring the girl. As this won't be needed until after the man has sat down, the start of the scene isn't shot. Action.
Chocolate or cake?
You know you got the chocolate for yourself.
Am I so transparent?
Yes, at times.
When covering a scene such as this with complementary 2-shots, it's very important that continuity of action, dialogue and props matches exactly in each shot. In the wide angle, the man hands the drink over before he sits. But in the 2-shot favouring the man, he sits before handing the drink over. That will give you this kind of problem.
Sorry, love, I couldn't get coffee. Will Coke do?
That's fine.
Chocolate or cake?
But what about the 2-shot favouring the girl? Couldn't that be used instead? Action.
Chocolate or cake?
If you remember, it was decided not to shoot the very beginning of the scene, as it was intended to cut to this angle only for the line,
You know you got the chocolate for yourself.
therefore this shot can't help us. If a different coverage had been planned, with say a master wide angle and then singles of the man and the girl, continuity is very much simpler. as it would have been possible to overlay sound and to cut from one single to another at almost any point. Complicated continuity should never prevent shooting a scene in a particular way, but these points should be taken into consideration. For example, some actors find it hard to repeat actions at the same point in the script, and some find props difficult. Therefore, you should cover yourself sufficiently in case of problems. If the continuity in the last scene had matched in each shot, this is how the final cut scene might have looked.
Sorry, love, I couldn't get coffee. Will Coke do?
That's fine.
Chocolate or cake?
You know you got the chocolate for yourself.
Am I so transparent?
Yes, at times.
Good continuity is not just being good at observation. It's knowing what is important to observe. For example, action props are important only in the context of the size of shot. No cameraman will object if you ask to look through the viewfinder. In a shot this size, it doesn't matter that in the wide angle, I'm writing on the top of my clipboard. But in this shot, it does, because my arms are moving. Likewise, a good deal is often made of levels of drink in glasses. But in the close shots, unless the drink is being held up to my lips, it isn't important. And for this kind of shot, it's really rather irrelevant that the Coke in my glass is finished.
In the 1980s, the television industry was moving towards independent productions, with a corresponding need for freelancers. I was approached by companies and individuals to see whether I would run courses in multi-camera studio techniques for production assistants. I looked into dry hiring a studio, but the cost was prohibitive, so I decided to set up my own courses in my own home, turning my lounge into a 2-camera studio and the dining room into a control room or gallery, all to SVHS standards. I took great pleasure in these courses and found enormous pride in the students who came not having seen a television studio at all. By the end of the week, they were running an as-live 20-minute magazine programme. I thought you might like to see an extract from one of the exercises, and please do pity the poor student who was acting as presenter. So we'll go in 10 seconds.
Stand by VT.
And we'll go in 10.
9, 8, 7, 6. VT roll. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 34 seconds on VT. Stand by Aston.
Standing by.
Laxton Aston. 3, 2, 1, 0. Magazine Aston. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Thank you, Simon.
Hello. Today's magazine programme is about a subject we can all relate to, even if it is
Stand by
only in the
VT.
happy memories of how
Thank you,
things
VT.
used to be. When the sun shone all summer long, the pace of life was slower, and everything altogether better than today. We'll be taking you on a trip down memory lane to the accompaniment of steam
Run,
engines,
VT.
old films, and all the fun and noise of a real
2,
steam fair.
1, 0.
Well, it's certainly a bit quieter
14
here.
seconds.
I'm standing
Out
outside
in
a famous
10,
Radio 4
9,
landmark. It's
8,
the Old Bull
7,
Inn at Igbarrow in
6,
Worcestershire. And
5,
later on in the programme, we're going to be finding out how the
3,
village children
2,
are celebrating
1,
Christmas.
0.
The technological changes in the television industry has meant that the role of the PA in a multi-camera studio gallery has changed dramatically. There might not even be a PA. The role of continuity in single-camera shooting, however, has not changed, even though the logging might well be done digitally. There is still a need for somebody to be by the camera, matching shots. I continue to run training courses, 1 and 2 day intensive courses, and if you'd like more details, please go to my website or email me. And thank you for watching.